All right, first mess up. Look at this thing. Look at all the spaghetti, and it like rotated on top of itself. The bottom layer here printed good, right here. That was great. But then I ran out of filament, so I put new filament in, and then it printed, but it didn't print anything. So then I added more filament. Or I didn't add filament, it said it ran out. I'm like, what the heck? There's a whole spool. Look at this. There's a whole thing. So how did that run out? So, ooh, attaching to my glues. Oh no. Oh, okay, anyways. So this is here now. But I fitted it back in, even though it never was out. Started it again, and that's what turned into this. So something's wrong. I gotta figure that out. First, I gotta get this off me. What the heck? Okay. So, in the morning, I was like, okay, let me start again. I started again. Then I did this. Like, what the heck? You can see the first little layer is good. Like, when I first started printing, I checked on it 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in, I checked on it, and it was good. I'm like, cool. And then I let it play for a while. And that's where I got this. I'm not sure what this is. But it didn't even tell me that I ran out of filament this time. This time, it told me that this popped off. This whole cover was off. And I was like, what? No, it's not. So, I mean, yeah, it's clearly in there. I wonder if I'm supposed to remove that tape. I'm going to remove that. But, like, it's fine. I don't know what messed up. Oh, man, you can see the mess all down here, too. Look at this. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so I'm going to have to start again. I'm going to unload the filament from the back and load it back in just to be safe. And I'm going to check we can check it now. Oh, that's a little off for some reason. If you look at that, see how it's kind of crooked? I wonder if that could be something. I don't know. I'm going to mess with it. All right, so I cleared the bed. There's still stuff here. I'm going to take care of that. Anyways, look at that. It's just like crooked. And when I try to remove it, it like feels weird. I don't know. Oh, no, it's fine. Let's see if there's anything in here. Can't really tell. No, it's empty. There's nothing in there. Maybe there's like a sensor on these magnets that fell off. I don't know. It looks fine. Yeah, it looks okay. If anything, it was just this that was slightly off from the mounting, but that doesn't matter. This is just to protect from like touching it and melting stuff that it touches, but it doesn't touch anything unless you physically touch it. So that was good. 12 hours, no, 16 hours wasted. And a lot of filament wasted. This plastic coming off. But I don't see any real issue with this. I'm just going to put it all back together. Maybe this was loose a little bit. That piece of plastic that was on here I got rid of, but it wasn't covering anything. So I don't know why that would have an issue. I'm just going to do it again and hope for the best. I did get new filament, but I'm still using the old one. The last one I just used. And that's what this is. So it's not like it's a different shipment or box. It's the same stuff. Even if so, it's this, I bought the same thing, so it shouldn't really matter. So we'll see. All right, so before I start another print, we're going to unload it. See feeding, and then you can unload. It heats up the extruder so that it can pull all the stuff out of that white line and out the back where this is, and then I could just pull on this wire filament to get it out. So we got to wait for this, which it's pretty quick. Look at that. All right, so there it goes. Unloading. Please pull back, cut filament so we can pull on it. And eventually, we're at the end. We can check if there's anything. It just looks like normal filament to me. It's not really focusing on camera, but it looks fine. There it is. It looks fine. It's a really even cut, if anything. So we're just going to hit load again, but not yet. We're going to feed it back in. Right there. We just push it, push it, push it, push it. All right, and then eventually, it's all the way through. Nope, still more room. What the heck? How is there still more room? There it goes. Okay, now it's there. So now we'll hit load. It's going to heat up one more time. I'm going to keep pushing it just so I can know it's actually going through there. And I could feel it moving in my hands. Yeah, it's going through. It's loading. You probably see it spooling out. Yep, there it is. Cut it right in time. And it's going to do that for like a solid minute. It just makes sure it has like a full spool around. And then eventually it'll say done. But yeah, temperature set to 0 now, so it's done. So now all we got to do is print it again. All right, so we're on the backpack still. The last plate is what I'm on right now. I had to print this 3 times now, so hopefully this is the last good one. So we're going to splice plate. It's going to load it all up, seeing every single layer that it needs. Done. I like to always go to line type so you can see where the supports are and stuff. That's what it's going to look like. We're going to hit print plate. We're going to select our PLA because we have the Sunlu PLA Plus 2.0. That's it. Hit next and send it over. We're going to make a time lapse of it for the videos and also auto bed leveling. So it'll do its thing. Sometimes it takes a while, but this is a smaller print. 6 hours, 25 minutes total time. It's not bad. There we go, 100%. It's going to go away in a second. There it goes. And now we go over to the printer. We'll see. Well, maybe not because we're on that screen, but back here, it's downloading. So it got sent to it. Now it's just like putting it into the printer. And once it's done downloading, it just starts itself. So that's cool. And we'll see it move around. But yeah, I don't know what messed up. Maybe it wasn't loaded right, but it was pushing filament. So maybe the initial layer was wrong, or maybe there was stuff down here, so it didn't actually fully go to the bottom. I don't really know. Everything's fine. A little piece of paper or whatever plastic that was on the print head, but it was just on the outside, and it was perfectly flush, and there's nothing covering it. So I don't know. That's weird. Sometimes stuff just happens. I don't know, man. It should be fine. A few minutes later, so far so. You can see here. Let me open the door. Better quality. You can see here. First layer's pretty good. I mean, that's what it did last time, so I don't know what to trust exactly. But I trust that it's good so far. I mean, that's all I can go off of, really. I don't know. I really don't know. We'll see. All right, something fun. Look at this. Look at this. It did it again. What is that? What is that? What is that? And cancel it. Yes. I'm assuming the cheat code's messed up. The cheat code's messed up. Why would it fail at the exact same point if it's not the actual print itself? So I'm going to remove all this again, and I'm going to flip the model so that it's like knows what to do if that's what's wrong with it. I'll show you. Well, let's go do it right now. Right now. Let's do it right now. You and me. Right now. Let's go do it. You and me. All right. So we're going to open up Bambu Studio. Bambu Studio. All right. Here we go. Loading it up. We're doing the backpack. We're doing the backpack. Open that up. Loading. All right. Final print right here. It is an awkward shape, but it's failing on the adhesive level, like the very first layer. It gets all the supports right, so it's not having an issue touching base. It's just maybe this isn't touching the base. I don't know, man. One easy fix would be literally just rotating it over. We could select, oh, not split. We can select the face on the bottom so that it's all leveled like that. And then if we go ahead and splice the layer, it's loading. I didn't want to do this because the supports on the inside are always annoying to get, but whatever. If that fixes it, then I'm fine with it. This is the third or fourth? I don't know. Whatever. We'll see. So, filament, line type, the outside layer, all good. On the bottom, you can see a mess of supports. This is why I don't want to do it. Oh, no. What? Maybe I could print it on its side? No, because it's angled. Honestly, that's better than trying to clean all that. Look at that, dude. Look at that. That'd be a mess to have to clean off because they don't come off easy. They claim they do online, but they don't. So let's go back. Let's rotate it. Let's just do a perfect 90 degrees. See what that looks like. Whatever. So let's splice it. Splicing. All right, that's done. So an annoying amount of supports. Whoa. Oh, I didn't even think about that. It's less. It's less. 10 hours to print. Wow, that is a lot longer to print. You know what? How long was it to print if it's this way? If it's this normal way. it'll take 9 hours. The other one took 10 hours. But then the way I wanted to do it took 6 hours, literally half the time. But it doesn't want to print the base, man. Huh. What can we do about this? If we auto-rotate, it does this. It says this is the best, which I've never agreed with the auto orientation before, so let's see what that does. This says 7 hours. Okay, that's actually pretty good. It might actually know what it's talking about. I get the idea. I like it. Those little side pieces here should be easy to remove. The back one would be annoying, but not as annoying as the other options, so I'll take it. So we're just going to print plate, do the printer again, PLA, auto, on. And whoop, we got to remove the stuff from the bed. Let's do this first. All right, so the bed's clean. Got all the stuff. So we're going to toss it in the little trash. So I just tossed in a little trash can. Let's close the door. We'll make sure it's all good. I kind of scraped the bed on accident. Ah, that sucks. Whatever. Close it. And then now we're going to send it over to the printer. Because once it's done, it automatically goes. So I want to make sure the bed's clean before I do this. You know, honestly, I'm having fun doing this. I sound annoyed half the time, but I just like solving the weird stuff that doesn't work, you know? But we'll see. Yep, a few minutes later. And I'm pretty sure it was the actual print file that messed up. Because look at that. So far, so good. Because I was having issues with the first layer or second layer, but look at that. It's whatever layer, and it's amazing. So I'll let it go. Pretty sure it's fine. So sweet. 27 minutes left. I finally got the thing to print. Look at that. Solid piece of work right there. Oh, it finished. This time it didn't mess up. Well, me messed up. Because it turns out I was messing up the whole time with the actual print itself. So there we go. It printed. It just has a bunch of supports. It's going to be kind of annoying to get rid of, but it's fine. I'm going to tear those off and start a new print. Alright, so I just laid everything out because I thought I finished, but turns out I didn't. This goes with this. This is a back piece for that. That goes in that. That's the... Yeah, it's missing a part. And also, like, why are there holes here if that's supposed to be like the top of the bag or something? It doesn't make sense. So I went back and I checked on the prints. I know for a fact I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but not 4. So it's like, oh, I thought it was done. So now I gotta print this up. Shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully it doesn't mess up like the other one. Ugh. Splice plate. It's gonna take 5 hours, so that's not bad. Tiny supports around the edges, but hopefully it doesn't print like the other one. That was weird. We're gonna print plate. Printer's not on. I forgot that I unplugged it, or not unplugged it, but I turned the switch off on the back of it. So it's powered back on. Bed's clear. Didn't really check. Yep, bed's clear. Filament's there. Turning on. Ready to print. So now we go back and turn it on. Synchronizing information timed out. All right, now it's good. Select the filament. Auto level. Time lapse. Send. Now that does its thing. All right, it's sent over. So now we'll see. Downloading. It's almost done. Or extracting. So yeah, that's going to go for another 5 hours or whatever, and we'll go from there. Cool. I just got a notification that this head printer fell off again, but really it's just prints bad. So whenever there's a flat base I'm printing, and it's not perfectly flat, it's got a bit of curves, it never prints correctly, man. That's crazy. Lame, dude. It's so lame. I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm kind of annoyed. I'm gonna mess with it later. Alright, so ran out of filament, but now I'm printing the grenades. There's 6 of them all just on the waist. I haven't printed the waist yet, so I need to do that. The waist and the legs are next. I don't know if there's anything for the feet. I don't assume you want to wear plastic, so I'm probably gonna make my own if there is, anyways. But it ran out of filament, so I'm just doing this again, making a whole new batch. This is the 9th spool, which is crazy. Oh, it's got that stupid sticker on it. Hold on. Yeah, it's crazy to think the amount of filament I've gone through. Literally everything I printed before this was like small little fun toy stuff. It comes with a little manual. I didn't see that in the other ones. Watch this be a different kind of filament. I mean, it's the same color. You can see all that right there. It's insane. No, I mean, it looks like the same one. I don't see any issues. Weird. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. Ugh, how do I do this with one hand? I can't grab it. There it goes. Finally got the filament out. Ah. Cool, there it is. Now you just gotta find the weird spool. And there it is, right there. Okay, look how much stuff there is in here, man. It's crazy to think about. Yeah, it's right there. It's usually got a piece of tape on it. So we're just gonna find where it's at. Pull on it a little bit, comes off, and then I'm gonna cut this piece of plastic instead of pulling the tape off, because I don't know, I just, in case it messes with the print when it goes through, I don't want to deal with it, so I'm just gonna cut it off. It's barely even like a ½ inch, so who cares. Alright, so I'm just gonna pull this whole thing back, change out the filament, put the new one on, load it in, and go from there. The whole backpack's done. I just need to weld it, so that's probably what I'm going to do next. So, got some grenades done. I didn't show the process of printing this. I just had to replace filament twice, I think. No, like right in the... No, just once. But these are really simple. They're hollow. They come with caps, so that's pretty cool. I'll show you what I mean by that here. So there's 6 of them here. It's a set of 3, because right here you see one that has holes, and this one has a solid stripe that goes across it. That's going to be like painted on later and stuff. But anyways, so here. I don't know, I can't really show that one. Here. So, grenade, twisty top, twist right on off. Look at that. It's got little grooves on the inside there. Can't really tell because the lighting sucks. You know what? Maybe that'll show it. Hey, there you go. You can kind of see the grooves up here. Look at that. And then, obviously, on the top itself. It fits on pretty nice. I don't have any issues. I'm printing this with a 0.4 nozzle at 0.16, I think. So, it's not super fine detailed. But you don't really need fine detail for stuff you're going to sand later. Honestly, I could go up and print at even less detail because I don't see the point. But I already started doing it, so I'm doing the whole thing. That way, I don't want to change anything right in the middle of it. So yeah, this is done. Bottom, top. There's the striped ones, and then there's the one with holes. And then there's 2 different sets. There's the bottom piece, which is this one. It has a little groove on it there. And this one it's just a flat, there's no groove. So you can see the difference right there. So yeah, doesn't matter which way. It's universal up and down. Just as long as one side has the bottom piece, that's the bottom. And honestly, there's no friction or weird feeling. It slides in pretty quick. But like anything, like when you get a water bottle and you're screwing it on, sometimes it just doesn't catch the thread right away. The thread, that's what it's called. I was trying to describe it, but I couldn't think of the name. Yeah, this was the easiest one ever, man. This was so quick. There was some support for the ones with holes, but like even then, it was nothing. This all that finished in just today. So huge W compared to like just a quarter of the helmet taking 12 hours. So it's a nice win to have shit actually be made. This lighting looks weird. But yeah, so damn, no, the lighting just sucks in here. Normally when I have the camera there, it looks nice, but man, this looks bad. Anyways, this is done. Now I'm printing waste. I'll show you where that is. So I'm printing this first plate here. These are something has to do with the waste. Hit plate left, hit plate right. So that'll be cool. And then after that will be this third piece. You got the cod piece, belt front, butt plate 2, butt plate 1. So pretty cool, pretty snazzy. I don't know if I want to print it in this orientation. Definitely not this piece because that's gonna make some weird support angles. But yeah, you know, I'll figure it out when I go to print it. Either way, this is how I printed the first print. Just goes upright, and there's really no weird support issues. There's obviously support for them because it has a bunch of hanging pieces like this here. See, there you go. I'll change it so you can sell easier. But yeah, pretty simple, pretty simple. Shouldn't take too long. Actually, how long is it going to take? 10, 11 hours. All right, it's going to take a little while, so that's cool. That's pretty much the moral of the story when it comes to 3D printing. It's just slow. Be patient, I guess. It sucks when things don't go right. Like the last part of the backpack took me 4 prints because I kept messing up, and it turned out to be the actual print code I was sending to the printer. I was messing with the printer for so long. I didn't really record much of it because I was sick of it. But yeah, cool. Cool. It's super weird though, I've noticed lately. Whenever I'm printing, that little line, you know, the line that goes here normally, it goes here and then it drags it over to where it wants to print and then it sticks out like crazy. So I've been cutting it every time, but it's like, if anybody knows why or what's causing that, let me know. Because it's like, it annoys me. I don't think it causes issues, but I think if it catches the tool head one day or the extruder, it would mess up the print. But I mean, it's a hot end. It'll just melt it, but I don't know. I'm paranoid. I have no idea. I don't know.